Hey everyone, how y'all doing? My name is Deborah and I'm here to do an in-depth review of a C-drama that I literally marathoned this week. I started it on Wednesday, I finished it on Friday, and by Thursday I was regretting starting it Wednesday, and I was like, why didn't I just start this on Saturday so I could just watch all 13 hours straight ahead? But I couldn't do that Wednesday / Thursday / Friday because I had work and stuff. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I should have just started this drama on Saturday and just focused on it from beginning to the end. But that definitely didn't take away from the drama because, like I said, I marathoned it in 3 days. I wasn't able to watch anything else. Like literally, normally I get diverted with dramas. Like my friends say, I literally watch 10 dramas at the same time. No lie, but I couldn't go to anything else. I literally just wanted to finish this drama and see how it all ends. So as you can all see, I'm really excited to talk about this drama. So grab your tea mugs and come along with me on this journey as I do an in-depth review with spoilers included. So if you don't want spoilers, wait for my non-spoiler review because I really just want to let some things off my chest, and then I'll do my non-spoiler review of Someday or One Day. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. So this is a drama starring Alice K, Greg Han, and what's his name, Patrick Shi. Hopefully I pronounced that right. But Alice K is someone who I knew from Marry Me or Not already. Like I know her as a Taiwanese drama actress, as a main lead and stuff. So I was interested in this drama because of her. But then when I saw that Greg Han was the male lead, this is gonna shock you considering how I feel about him now. But prior to starting the drama, I didn't want to start this drama because of Greg Han. Because I always saw him in previous dramas as a second male lead. And each time he was the second male lead in the dramas that I saw, not even really a second male lead, that's not even the right way to reference him. He was literally always the friend of the male lead and stuff, and the friend of the male lead that's literally like maybe an idiotic character or something like that. So I didn't really like all the previous characters I had seen before of him, and hence why I'm like, okay, I'm not really a fan of him. I don't really want to watch this. And in those dramas that I saw him in, he didn't really look, I'm sorry guys, yes, I thought he didn't really look handsome, and yes, that was being very superficial of me. But with dramas, I tend to be quite superficial and stuff. So just in case you didn't know that, because that's how I felt and stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to watch it with Greg Han because I didn't think at that point he was handsome or anything because of the previous dramas I had seen him as and how they had dressed him in those dramas and made him look in those dramas and stuff. So I'm like, I don't really want to watch this drama, until I was on Twitter one day and I saw like a tweet about the drama, and I saw another tweet. I saw a tweet about how everything ended fine and you need to watch this drama, and then I saw another tweet about how this drama literally is one of the best things ever, and the person who tweeted wishes more people watched it. And I'm like, okay, is it that good? Maybe I'll check it out, I'll give it a chance. And so I asked on Twitter finally, when I was bored of watching my 10 dramas that I was watching at the same time, I literally asked on Twitter, I'm like, okay, I really want to watch Someday or One Day. Should I go into it? And don't worry guys, I'm going to get to the storyline. I'm just trying to tell you how I got there. If you're new to my channel, I always do this, how I tell you how I got into a drama before I go into talking about the drama and all. So I'm like, okay, does anybody out there, can anybody out there vouch for Someday or One Day? Is it really good? Let me know before I go into it. And I got like a lot of replies saying, Dad, you need to check it out, it's really good and stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'll check it out. And so I started it on Wednesday. I think I asked on Monday and then I started it on Wednesday because I said, okay, if it's really this good, I don't want to start it on Monday. I know I'm going to be busy Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday is when I will really have time, so let me start it on Wednesday, and I did. And oh my goodness, best decision of my life. Okay. Alright, so now that we're done with all of that, let me tell you what I thought about this drama. Let's start with the storyline, and then we'll go into the characters, the actors and the actresses and all. So number one, I really loved the storyline of this drama. Yes, we've seen a lot of time travel dramas and stuff, but I feel of all the time travel dramas we've seen, both from South Korea and from China, especially China, who does a lot of time travel dramas, this is the best time travel drama I've ever seen, even with America, because America does do time travelers too. You remember the Time Traveler's Wife? I think that was the name of it. But basically, this is the best I have seen because it basically clearly explained everything where it made sense, and yet it tied everything beautifully at the end when it came to the end, so you have no more doubt of whether they'll be able to try and travel back again and change things, because that link has been totally cut off and all. I really like how they wrapped everything up at the ending and all, and I have mixed feelings about the ending, which I'll get into in a little bit in a while. But I really like how in this drama, like most time travel dramas, they don't really show us what happens after. If in this situation the character doesn't actually die, but the main character is actually alive, they don't show us what happens after the owner of the body that the person from the future enters, how that person lives their life, and what the impact of the change in character does to the person's life now that the person from the future has left the body and gone back. So I really like how they showed us that perspective, and how time travel can actually mess someone's life up that is already messed up, or make someone's life better that was already okay actually, and stuff. So I really like the intricacies of what they did with the time travel. It's something that has been done a lot, but it was done differently in this drama, and I think that's what made this drama special. It had a reason, you could understand the reason, you could buy into the reason, and when it ended you could accept the ending. And I think that's the whole message of this drama, acceptance and stuff, like accepting that there's certain things you can't change, and it's only when you accept that you can't change something, then maybe, just maybe, something might change and stuff. Or when you accept you for who you are, then just maybe that's when things will start to change and stuff. So I really like that message in this drama. Something else I really loved about this drama is the friendship. I really loved the friendship between our three characters, and this is basically building up for what I'm about to deeply dive into. But I really liked the friendship between Huang Yu Xuan, Mo Junjae, and Zhe Wei as a trio and stuff. And I also actually liked the friendship of Chen Yuro, Mo Junjae, and Zhe Wei before the whole mess happened and stuff. I did like their friendship before the feelings got involved and everything started getting messed up and all. But I really liked the friendship, and that friendship of the trio of Huang Yu Xuan, Mo Junjae, and Zhe Wei is basically why I was kind of happy at the end when everything worked out. And like I said, I'll dive into it right now. And the reason why I'm starting in that place is because, let me just throw this out there, I really did not like Mo Junjae's character. I feel like, let me just start there before I go into our male lead and our female lead. I really did not like Mo Junjae's character. I hated how he was always blaming things on his best friend Zhe Wei and trying to force Zhe Wei to do things that are not necessarily right just to please Chen Yuro or to make himself feel better, which is how I read it. And so I really hated that when things would go wrong and he would blame Zhe Wei. I tell him, well, can't you just pretend that you believe her, or can't you just pretend that you love her so that she's happy and things like that? Like, no, emotions and feelings don't work like that. And I think that's what made me realize, okay, you know how Huang Yu Xuan said Mo Junjae is, if you've watched the drama, how she said Mo Junjae is actually really mature for his age, and I'm like, actually he's really childish. Yeah, he has mature thoughts sometimes, but when it really matters, he goes back to being a child, because this is just a childish talk. You can't be saying these things if you're a true adult that has sense and stuff. And I know that sounds really mean, but I really did not like Mo Jun-jae's character because of that, and that's why when everything happened that happened in the drama and he passed away, I wasn't really bothered by his passing away, and I really wouldn't have minded if Mo Jun-jae had stayed dead. I am sorry, unpopular opinion, but the reason why I would have minded if he had stayed dead, and the reason why I was actually happy that he didn't stay dead and they were trying to fix things and later on he was alive at the ending, like I said, this is a spoiler review, so if you don't want more spoilers, you better just stop watching this right now. But if you've already watched it and you just want to hear what I'm saying, then keep watching. But the reason why I was really happy he was alive at the end and everything worked out for him is because of how much I realized Lee Zhe Wei wouldn't be the same if Mo Jun-jae had passed away the way he did, because he was so close to him and he meant so much to Lee Zhe Wei that because I cared for Lee Zhe Wei, I had to care for Mo Jun-jae, if that makes sense. Like, it was an attachment where maybe, let's say if you're married to someone, your husband is attached to someone and you really don't care for that friend of your husband, but because you see how it pains your husband, you wish the friend well if the friend, something's going on with the friend. Does that make sense? Just so your husband isn't in pain. That's basically the relationship I had with Mo Jun-jae, where I really didn't care for him, but because I saw how much it pained Lee Zhe Wei to see him gone, I wanted him back just for Lee Zhe Wei. But personally, if it was my say, I wouldn't have minded if he was gone, just because he was a character that really got on my last nerves and stuff with everything. Especially, I felt like Chen Yuro's character, and I'll get into her in a second, but Chen Yuro's character and Mo Jun-jae's character were very extremely selfish. That's just my thought. Now, if you feel differently, that's totally okay. That's the beauty of having different opinions. But I felt like he was really selfish for going. I mean, yeah, I understand, he blamed himself and all that, but dude, you left your grandmother suffering just to go for the prison to fulfill the wish of the person you loved who never even cared for you, and did all these things knowing you are going to kill yourself and stuff. Not that he knew that part, but my point is, I just felt like he was really selfish in a lot of things, even in his feelings for her and trying to force Lee Zhe Wei to act in a certain way that he felt was right, which wasn't necessarily right, just to make Chen Yuro happy. So yeah, I did feel he was selfish in that aspect, and I know that, like I said, it doesn't make sense for me to feel like it was selfish for him to have gone to prison with his grandmother being there and all, considering all that he was emotionally and mentally going through. But I can't help but feel that way, and that is one of the amazing things of this drama and how it makes me feel that I will break down in a bit when I get to that point. But now on to Chen Yuro. I have to give props to Alice K. She did a dang good job with the acting. Like, she was so good that I was able to distinguish who Chen Yuro was from who Huang Yu Xuan is, and even at this point I still feel like it was two different characters and two different actresses that did the acting, and that was how you know, or that is how you know that an actress did a really good job with a character. And I would say the same too for Greg Han when I get to him. But Alice K did a really good job. Something else I really liked was the attention to details with the camera work on how they were different. Like, you could see the depression wore Chen Yuro's character out so much that her face was thinner than Alice K's Huang Yu Xuan's character when Huang Yu Xuan was on the screen, because Huang Yu Xuan was more bubbly and happy and full of life and stuff. So I really like how she depicted both characters differently. Like, it's a testament to what a great actress she is. Now on to Chen Yuro's character. She's another character that, sincerely, I wouldn't have minded if she had stayed dead. There, I said it. Yes, I am a heartless bitch. But she's also a heartless, selfish bitch. Or at least she was before things changed. And you guys, hear me out before you go coming at me. Just hear me out and you hear the whole evolution of what I have gone through. And this is the beginning of the evolution. I am a heartless bitch because I said that. But she's a selfish, heartless bitch. 2. So I guess that makes 2 of us heartless bitches, and that's totally okay. Now let me explain. Chen Yuro's character for me was a character that I started out feeling really sorry for. Like, I felt bad for her. I understood where she was coming from. But as time went on and we got to understand the motivation of why she was doing the things she was doing, and realized that she was going to kill herself, plan her own murder, and she didn't feel sorry about it, even while she realized how her death would impact Mo Junjae and Lee Ziwei's life. That was when I was done with her. And like I said, this drama was a drama of growth for me myself, because that was the stage I was before. Now I don't feel that way anymore, but that's how I started this drama. I felt pity for her, and then I felt she was heartless, selfish bitch that she could go and die for all I care. Like, at one point I had to like pause the drama and reflect on myself. Like, am I being too mean on her? Does depression do this to you? And I had to start pulling out my 2 years of psychology and thinking about it, and I literally, it didn't click to me till later on today. But by the end of the drama, I understood why she was the way she was. And I came to, like, I'm still mad at her for trying to kill herself, knowing how it was going to affect the others. That I think will never change with me, how mad I was with her. But I understand more, because I now understand what she was going through mentally, the depression and the suicide. Because I remember when I was watching this drama, I kept thinking to myself, yeah, but suicide doesn't make you, like, if you want to be suicidal, like I said, guys, hold on, you need to watch this drama, this review all the way to the end. I'm telling you how this drama impacted me. When I was watching this drama, I went, okay, suicide doesn't make you be so selfish now, does it? Like, I mean, yeah, if you're suicidal, be suicidal on your own. And literally, that was what I thought. I was so, like I said, mad at her for trying to ruin other people's life for her own selfishness and greed and stuff, especially when we were going to lose Lee Ziwei and Mo Junjae, and she knew it and she didn't care. She was still going to do all this, knowing what was going to happen in future and knowing the circle was still going to keep going through. So I really hated her for that. Dude, you were in Huang Yu Xuan's head when she was in your body, and you definitely heard your mom say she cared about you, and your brother actually did care about you, which is why he always acted like he was rebellious, etc and etc, so your parents pay more attention to you and stuff. But I think that's the whole point of why I'm like, I feel so conflicted about her, because you come to understand that she was so deep in the depression that she couldn't see the good in front of her. She couldn't see Mo Junjae. She couldn't see her mom who loved her regardless. She couldn't see her brother. She couldn't understand or accept those feelings, because they weren't coming from the people she wanted it to come from, or she didn't feel like it was necessarily for her. And she was so deep in that depression that she couldn't see clearly what we, the audience, could see. But then it was later on when she was talking with Huang Yu Xuan's character, where Huang Yu Xuan told her, when she was having the conversation with Huang Yu Xuan in her head, where she wanted to fall down from the building and kill herself and stuff, and Huang Yu Xuan was telling her, just try harder. And she said, you need to stop telling me to try harder, because it's not like I've not tried harder. It's not as easy as that. And that was when it hit me, like who I was. I was literally doing what Huang Yu Xuan was doing to her, telling her to try harder. Like, it's not that bad. Why are you trying to be selfish? Why are you trying to kill yourself and affect all these people's lives and stuff? And that was when I realized two things. Number one, what made me snap was I remembered what's his name, Jung Hyun from SHINee and his dad, and how Jung Hyun said, basically, don't tell me to try hard. It's not like I haven't tried. Just tell me I've tried. Just tell me you've done a good job. You've worked hard, because I truly have. I've tried, but I just can't leave this hole that I am in right now. I mean, those weren't his exact words, but that's what I got from it, if you get what I'm saying. So when that clicked to me, another thing clicked to me that I really didn't understand. Yes, I may have studied psychology in school and stuff. Yes, I might have a better understanding of the psychology of the brain than some people, but I am not a psychologist, and I truly don't understand depression and suicidal thoughts and all that as much as I thought I do. Like, yes, I understand it when I look at a book and I read it, but because I've never fully experienced it, or I have never really fully seen the depth of what it can make you do or how it can make you feel, I didn't really have a broadened scope and understanding of the topic of depression and the topic of suicide. And this drama truly opened my eyes to it. And that was when, like I said, I realized that I was angry with her, but I could understand. That was when I finally understood why she was doing what she was doing. And I actually wanted her to be saved, and I didn't want her to die anymore. And that was when literally I went back this morning and I opened my psychology textbooks and my books, and I was like reading through it and trying to look through some things. And it was just funny because my mind was opened even more. Like, it's one thing to read a textbook in school and learn it and your teacher explains it to you. It's another thing to see it through a movie, understand it, and then go back to the textbook and read it again and get a clearer understanding of what it was or what was going on. And basically, when I went back to this, that was when I understood that she was basically in the stage of idolation and stuff, where she has basically started feeling, okay, maybe my family will be better without me. Maybe it's time for me to leave, where you start having those basically dark thoughts, the first stage of suicide and stuff. And I'm like, okay, so this was what was going on with her. She hadn't gotten to that point of basically autopilot. Autopilot is when they've made the decision they're going to commit suicide, which she got to that point later on. But in the beginning, and the reason why I'm talking about the stages, I'll explain it in a second. She was in the stage of idolation, she got to the stage of planning, and then she got to autopilot. This drama did a beautiful job. Like, I feel like this is a drama all psychology students should watch, because it basically explained the 3 stages beautifully. When she got to autopilot, autopilot is when you've decided, I'm going to kill myself, and suddenly it's like something's lifted off your shoulder, you're free, you know you're gonna die, you've planned it all, and everyone thinks you're better, but you're not actually better. It's just that you've decided, okay, I'm going. So that weight that was on your shoulder is all gone and stuff. And so hence, when she reached that final stage of autopilot, prior to planning is the second stage, where you plan everything, how you're gonna leave and all, where she did all that. After the planning and she reached that stage of autopilot, she got into that stage of, okay, I am going to leave now and stuff. And so she was okay with dying, and nothing anyone said could change her mind, because they weren't saying or doing the right things. Just like I wasn't thinking the right things in regard to her until I got a broader scope and understanding of it all. So why I'm telling you all these psychological terms and things like that, autopilot, idolation, planning, and all that jazz, is to say what I loved about this drama is how they tied it up in the end. Now, I really like the end, because at the end, when she was saved, they saved her at a point where she was still in idolation. Idolation, like I told you guys, in psychology is the first stage of like suicidal thoughts and stuff, where basically you're forming the thoughts of, maybe my family is better without me. And that was the point where, you remember, her parents had the fight, and she had decided, okay, mom, you don't want me, you only want my brother. Dad, you don't want me, you only want my brother, and all that jazz. And when she came back home and she saw that no one was at home, and she thought they had left her, and she was running out and she got into the accident. At that stage, yeah, like she said in the ending, she was thinking, maybe they're better without me. Maybe she was having suicidal thoughts, maybe it's okay for me to die. But she hadn't hadn't reached the second stage, planning, where she actually starts planning her death, or the third stage, autopilot, where she has finally decided, like, this is it, I'm going, I've made up my mind, it's decided, I am free and all. She hadn't gotten to that stage. So at the end, when they decided to save her, and it was reversed back to the beginning where the first attack happened, where she went to the hospital and she woke up and she was asking for Wang Yu Xuan and all. I really liked that that was where they reversed it back to, because at that stage she was in isolation. She hadn't gotten to planning or autopilot yet, because if she had gotten to planning or autopilot, it would have been harder for her to let go of those suicidal tendencies of her. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's gonna be really hard, and it would have taken more work and more episodes. So I like that they went back to the first stage of the problem and stuff, or the sickness or the illness and stuff, and try to fix it from that first stage, psychologically and stuff, or psychological wise. So from the point of a psychology student, it makes sense that they went back to the first stage of the whole problem and things that were going on. So I really liked that about this drama, how it was tied. That's why I said I really like how they tied the time travel of aspect of the drama. Now, psychology and all that aside, one thing I really appreciated about this drama also is Greg Han. Greg Han was a really good actor. Just like I said about Alice K, he was really good at showing us the difference in all the Zhe Weis. Like, there were 2-3 Zhe Weis, and you could tell the difference in all of them. Like, okay, this is Zhe Wei from 2019, this is Zhe Wei from 1998, and this is Zhe Wei from 2003, or this is Wang Yu Xuan and this is someone else. So I really like how they showed the differences, even in the two Wang Yu Xuans, the original Wang Yu Xuan who was gay and the Wang Yu Xuan who loved Huang Yu Xuan and stuff. So Greg Han did such a great job in portraying the differences in the characters that once you saw one of them, they didn't even need to name who it was. You just knew that this was this person or that was that person. So that's major props to him. He did such a great job with his acting. I kind of, if Taiwan ever makes that drama, that Korean drama with how many characters played by my boo, what's his name, it starts with a J, what's his name, you know who I'm talking about, and you know the drama I'm talking about. I'm gonna put a name down. I can't believe I forgot his name. But if Taiwan ever gets to make that drama, I want Greg Han to act it, because I feel like he'll do a really good job. But anyways, he did a great job as his characters. I loved Zhe Wei's character. I loved how Zhe Wei's character grew, and Zhe Wei's character was the one who you thought was basically not mature, who was always playful and all, but he was the one who was always there. He noticed people's feelings. He knew how to change people's feelings. He knew how to make people feel better. He was extremely sensitive to emotions, and he was extremely loyal to his friends, his girlfriend and stuff. So I really liked the whole character of Zhe Wei, and I also liked Wang Yu Xuan's story and the gay route of it. Also, it didn't leave any doubt in us that Wang Yu Xuan, the original Wang Yu Xuan, could not have liked Huang Yu Xuan. It wasn't used just as a prop, like, oh, he's gay and all. It also sent a message out of acceptance again and stuff, which I feel like this whole drama was literally just about acceptance. So I really like the little things of this drama where they battled like homophobia, they battled depression, they battled suicidal thoughts, they battled even psychos and stuff. Like, there were certain things the murderer did, Huang Rongyu did, or He Rongyu, I think that was his name, did that basically went really deep. Like, the whole masturbating to her pictures, I was literally like wide open mouth, wide-eyed, and literally speechless to see that in a drama, because I had never seen that in a drama. So this, I feel like, is the perfect study or perfect movie to just give to psychology students and tell them, oh yeah, dissect this take and dissect this whole drama for me. It's like the best thing you can give psychology students. That's what I feel and stuff. So I really liked that about this drama and stuff, how they basically brought different teams together, but it wasn't so much that you felt like the teams were just there as a plot device to move the plot forward. It actually had an impact on being in the plot and it helped move the story forward. Yes, but it was needed. It needed to be there. It wasn't just put there to be woke. If you get my point, it wasn't just put there to be woke. It had a reason to be there and the reason made sense and stuff. So I really like that about the drama. Something else I really like about this drama is how everything tied really neatly, which makes sense considering the writers were like, yeah, there were two writers for it and they basically bumped their ideas against each other and they talked about it, which I feel you don't really see in many C-dramas these days where there are 10 writers and you feel like the writing is so different. You're wondering if you're watching 10 different dramas and stuff, but this was done so well because the writers communicated and you could see that in how everything was intricately tied together and tied well and beautifully. So I really like that about this time travel drama. Like I said, it was a time travel drama done really well. That's something else I love about this drama. I love the OST. I was so happy to hear that the OST was done by Shishi and I'm like, oh, no wonder I like it because I am yet to see a song by Shishi that she has done for a drama that I don't like and stuff. So the OST is definitely nice, but I have to admit that I was skipping, like I was so into the drama. Normally I watch opening and ending credits, but I only watched that opening credit once, and after that when I got hooked to the show I just kept on fast forwarding the opening and ending credits. Like I didn't have time to wait. I wanted to go straight into business and stuff. This is one of those dramas that even if you drop it to go do something else, you can come back to it and still be hooked and stuff, but I don't even see you being able to leave it to go do something else. So if you go into this drama and you're confused at the beginning, that's okay. This drama is gonna make you confused at the beginning. It did make me confused, but this is the second drama that has done this to me where I go into the drama, I'm confused, but I am happy being confused because the confusion makes sense. And I knew it was gonna be explained and everything got explained in the right way and in a good manner that actually made sense and stuff. So that's what I really like about this drama. If there's one thing I'm gonna complain about this drama that I really did not like is that they showed us the point of view of like the psycho, and I kept on thinking while I was watching it, I'm like, okay, I don't want to see the murderer's point of view. Like I did not sign up for this. Why are you showing me this twisted, sick side of view? But when you think of it, that's one of the beauty of these dramas where they show us everyone's point of view so you get a better understanding. Yes, they show us flashbacks, but the flashbacks are important because the flashbacks are always in different points of view, so you have a clearer view, clearer picture of, oh, so this is how it happened, this is what began everything, this is what was actually happening when we thought this was what was actually happening and stuff. So it's flashback used in the right way, hence why I like the flashback in this drama. It wasn't overused, it wasn't just used to buy time and stuff. But the best thing about this drama is it's only 13 episodes, so everything was done quickly. Like they didn't waste time. There wasn't unnecessary miscommunication and fights. Like they talked about things. Zhe Wei and her female lead talked about things. When it was time for them to meet, they met. When it was time for them to be apart, they were apart. But they didn't hold grudges for too long that unnecessarily dragged the drama and just frustrated you. That's what I liked about this drama. The communication, not just between Zhe Wei and Huang Yu Xuan, but also Zhe Wei and Mo Jun-jae when they talked. I mean, yeah, I didn't like Mo Jun-jae's opinions and I felt like his opinions were selfish most of the times, but I like that they communicated their feelings and they got over their beefs fast and moved on fast. Like the plot was just moving and moving and moving and moving. It was like a bullet train, and that's what I really liked about this drama. So yeah, if you go into this drama, like I said, confused, don't worry, you're meant to be confused, but it will all make sense at the end of the day. And if you're still confused when you're done with it, come here, leave a comment below, ask me your questions and I'll try my best to answer it, or someone else will help you with the answer, or you can go on my drama list and ask the questions. But this is definitely a drama that I enjoyed. My rewatch value is definitely an A. I will definitely rewatch this drama just to see the things that I may have missed previously, so with new eyes to understand it better. If I'm gonna grade this drama, I'm definitely gonna grade it an A+, and you know I hardly give A+. So yes, this drama is definitely an A+. It's definitely worth the 13 hours of your life. You don't come out of this drama feeling like you wasted the 13 hours in your life. This drama definitely taught me a lot, like I said, about myself, and basically gave me a broader understanding on depression and stuff. And I wish that everyone who doesn't understand depression could watch this drama, and like people who, like, if you don't understand people who have suicidal thoughts, watch this drama. It will help you gain a broader view of what it is they go through and stuff. So I really like this storyline. I loved the love between our male lead and our female lead stuff. I loved how they knew each other and they would do literally anything for each other. And when it got to time to let go, I loved how Huang Yu Xuan was willing to let go, and it was only when she accepted that he was gone, she was actually able to go to the past and change the past. So I really like that about this drama. I also loved how they showed us what happened after, and how it was that yes, time had changed, but they didn't still remember each other, and instead their memories were wiped out. But because Huang Yu Xuan and Zhe Wei were so fitted to be together, they still somehow found each other. And I think that's the beauty of this drama. Like, if you're meant to be somewhere, someday or one day you will find each other, and that's the beauty of this drama. So yeah, I definitely enjoyed this drama. This is definitely a drama I'd recommend to people, but I don't know, I'm definitely gonna give a trigger warning to people out there who have like mental health situations, either depression or things like that. I don't know if I'd recommend this drama to you. I'd say talk to a psychologist first and then decide if you should watch it. I'm not a certified psychologist or anything like that, so I'm not gonna recommend it out there and say, oh, you need to watch it, it will help you or anything like that. That's not my place to do and stuff, so I wouldn't do that. But I'm definitely gonna give a trigger warning that it has all those things in it, so you may want to talk to your psychologist first before deciding if this is something you want to go into. If you have issues with depression, or if you have issues with like suicidal thoughts, and if you do have suicidal thoughts or depression, do please seek help. And if you're not sure if that's what you have, do please seek help. I'm gonna put helplines down below so you can check them out and speak to actual professionals. Like I said, I'm not a professional, and seek help. I'm gonna put links down below to where you can check out this drama. This is mainly a review for people who have watched this drama, I feel, and stuff. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to give this video a like, don't forget to share, subscribe, and keep being awesome, beautiful people you are. From me to you all, you know I've got nothing but love for you all. Stay awesome.